Hi, it's Jane with Scraptastic Yarns, and you're a little crooked today. Or maybe I'm crooked. I don't know. How is everybody today? Alright, I put the little Charlie Brown Christmas tree up. It does have lights. I know you can't really see it, but there it is. And I do have another tree that is basically a white tree with pink ornaments that I'm putting in the bedroom. You know, just a Dollar Tree tree. You know, I'm trying to get in the mood. It is what it is. Alright, I only have one thing that I've been working on, and that is this blanket here. And this is the blanket Winter in the Woods. That is the wrong side. And then here is the front side where you see that beautiful texture. Well, either side is fine. And I have about, I believe, 5 more skeins to go. This is a blanket that I started when Thomas was in the hospital last year when he had a bleed out. And I had started it then, had planned on giving it to the Prayer Shawl Ministry to give out, possibly to the Gatehouse. But I've since decided I am going to keep that. And this is done in Premier Puzzle, and this is the colorway Dominoes. Now, I always find that strange that they chose that name for this colorway. Because you would think the dominoes would be, I don't know, white and black. At least I do. Or off-white and black. Those are usually the domino tiles that I have seen. But anyway, this is the blanket Winter in the Woods by Glenda Winkerman of Creative Grandma. And that is basically it for anything that I've been working on. Now, if you were in the Facebook group the other day, I did talk about scammers. Every once in a while someone gets in and, you know, I approve them, so apparently I thought they were okay. But every once in a while they get in, they may post something like, we have a giveaway to the first woman who doesn't have a butterfly tattoo over the age of 50. And then you respond. Or like this one was by Patricia Johnson. And it may have been a clone name. Who knows? Basically said, can I get a Merry Christmas from all 50 states here? And I did that. And then immediately she came back with, send me a private message. You have, congratulations. You have won a prize. So I followed through. Private messaged her. And of course, first thing she asked is, do you have Cash App? I say she. It could very well be a male. Who knows? You know, you can hide behind Facebook, behind social media. Never reveal yourself ever, right? So, I responded, yes I do. And gave her the name for that, and she said, you have won $1,500. Now, it's already been sent to your Cash App, but Cash App needs for you to send $50 as a PVC in order to claim your prize. And that is a prize verification code, is what they call it. Folks, Cash App, Google Pay, Apple Pay, Venmo, Zelle never ask you to pay. Never ask you if someone is sending you money to send a prize verification code or anything or any amount to that person. What she wanted was the $50 or it's a scam. I came on live to talk about that, and there are tons of those scams. I'm going to tell you one of the scams, you know, being female, especially since Thomas has passed away. It seems every other day I'll put a post up and someone will say, oh, you're such a beautiful woman, such a pretty smile. I'd like to get to know you better. Or, you know, that kind of thing. And you have such a great sense of humor. And, you know, I hope this doesn't offend you. No disrespect. I tried to send you a friend message, but it didn't go through. Could you kindly please send me a friend message? That, my friends, is another scam. Because generally they will get to start talking to you, and they're always portraying military, generally. That's what I've seen so far, is military. And like I said the other day, by far my favorite one is the one that was trying to tell me that he was a commandant in, no, a general, no, he was a commandant in the Army while wearing a Marine's outfit. Not only that, but it was a gunny sergeant outfit. So, please beware of those things. The one night that I did that, I did it for just grins and giggles. You know, I knew what it was. And the fellow were talking back and forth. And, you know, he's asking some rather tame questions. And he said, well, I'd just love to get to know you better and that kind of thing. So then the next morning I get up and first thing he says is, hello, darling, how are you? For my safety, we need to use Google Chat because it's not safe to use Messenger. With which I came back, really? I would think being in the military that we would use Signal. I mean, after all, it is encrypted, and it is what the military uses for most parts. The guy kind of backed off a little bit and then came back and said, oh no, we've switched over to Google Chat. And I said to him, well, tell me how, and I gave his wife's name, the real general's, Commandant General's wife's name. What does she think about you chatting up women on this, on anywhere, on social media? Oh, I'm not married. I'm divorced. I said, well, I think your 3 sons would find that rather surprising that you're divorced. And then I said, oh, by the way, I've already sent this information to my husband's FBI handler, so good luck. Poof, he was gone. So, beware of those kind of hustles this time of year. All right. Next week, I probably will not do any videos whatsoever. I'm not so sure that I'm going to do a 50 Gone by 2024 this week, or another topic, but you never know. I might get a hair. Anyway, new battery. And I have a suspicion that next week is going to be hitting me rather hard. So I'm going to pass probably on any videos whatsoever. But then again, I will come back to you within the new year with some more videos as usual. I'm in the process of filming some other videos. So you can look for those videos to be up probably next year. Okay, this Saturday, I think I told you that my friend Jerry and I are going to go to a Christmas Eve service in the afternoon. Then we'll probably find some place to eat. And then we'll follow up with our church evening Christmas Eve service. And then, of course, the next morning, Jane is going to don her ugly Christmas sweater and the camo cap, and I will be the greeter at the church, so I'm going to have to buck up and be a little strong that morning. I don't think the woman that assigned me these days, you know, Thanksgiving weekend and Christmas, I don't think she realized that I'm a new widow, and that's okay, but you know, they usually choose a single person to do that because families, you know, together, that kind of thing. So anyway, yeah, that's where we're at so far. So anyway, I'm going to buck up and be brave and do that thing. Then most likely I'll come home. Every year Thomas and I used to share a bottle of wine, Alpine Spice. We used to get it at the Chris Kendall Market, and that is always, maybe there's ghosts in the room. That's the second battery that has died. Oh well, we'll muster through. Anyway, and we have always purchased a bottle of Alpine lace and then heated that up Christmas Eve, and I've shared that. I won't be doing that Christmas Eve. I'll probably do it Christmas Day. Maybe I'll drink the whole bottle of wine myself. Maybe I won't. Probably won't. But, yeah, those are my plans. And as always, you never know. I may show up for a live. Who knows? If you're bored, come check it out. If not, you can watch the replay. All right. Are you ready for a little what in Tarnation? I can imagine that this probably smelled like French fries. Not French fries. Onion rings. But I don't know. Maybe not. Trailer hauling 6,000 pounds of onions catches fire on Florida highway. Firefighters responded to a Florida highway where a blown-out tire caused a trailer loaded with thousands of pounds of onions to catch fire. Ocala Fire Rescue said in a Facebook post that multiple crews responded to a report of a freight vehicle fire on Interstate 75, just south of exit 354. The crews arrived to find an open trailer being hauled by a pickup truck was fully engulfed in flames. The driver who had exited the vehicle told firefighters the blaze was sparked when one of the truck's tires blew out. The trailer had been carrying 6 cargo bins loaded with a total of about 6,000 pounds of onions. The flames were extinguished after about 3 minutes, and no one was injured in the incident, the fire department said. Have you ever wondered how long chickens live? That's a question that I wonder. You know, because, let's face it, generally the chickens that we know about are raised in chicken farms and then go to market fairly soon. You know, tender. Because you don't want to get the old critters because they're tough. At least that's what my Nana used to tell me. Michigan's woman's 20-year-old chicken might be the world's oldest. 20 years. I find that amazing. A Michigan woman is seeking the Guinness World Records recognition for her pet chicken, Peanut. And Peanut is a beauty, who is believed to be the oldest in the world at the age of 20. Marcy Parker Darwin of Waterloo said a friend urged her to apply online to have Peanut recognized as the world's oldest living chicken. And she received a response about 2 weeks later with instructions on how to gather the evidence, including photos, videos, witness statements, and media coverage. I'm hoping they'll give credence to my witnesses like my niece in her 30s who loved Peanut as a teen, or a friend who moved to California 18 years ago and loved Peanut and was astonished when he moved back to see her again, among others, Darwin told the Sun-Times News. Darwin said she started rescuing chickens in the 1990s, and in the early 2000s, a Nankin hen laid a clutch of eggs in her coop after a love affair with a mille fleurs rooster. Darwin said one of the eggs failed to hatch, and she was preparing to throw it away in a pond for the fish and turtles when she heard a faint chirp. I ended up peeling it out of the egg. As the chirping grew fainter, I feared the chick would not survive. A pitifully wet, wadded-up mess sat in my hand. I wrapped it in a towel, and carried it close to my heart as I set up a cage and mounted a heat lamp with one hand, she said. The chick Peanut was rejected by her mother and had imprinted on Darwin. And that happens frequently when you rescue chicks that soon. Peanut, I realized, was a house chicken, at least for the time being. Peanut has since become a part of Darwin's flock, but she still spends her winters indoors and has been known to serve as a lap chicken when Darwin attends outdoor events. Guinness World Records lists a category for oldest living chicken on its website, but the page does not identify a current record holder. Go Peanut! British schools Lego Hanukkah might be the world's largest, and this is a rather interesting video to watch. Students at a school in Britain attempted a Guinness World Record by constructing an 18-foot Hanukkah, the traditional menorah used for Hanukkah celebrations, and I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly, from 80,000 Lego bricks. The Gesher School, a Jewish school for students with special education needs in Pinner, England, built a massive candelabra sculpture from about 80,000 Lego pieces over the course of a year under the instruction of teaching assistant Danny Cazzato, a former Lego employee. The massive it's probably hanukkiah, was officially unveiled in a ceremony attended by the Chief Rabbi Ephraim Mervis, head of the United Hebrew Congregations of the Commonwealth. School said the finished sculpture is being submitted to the Guinness World Records for consideration as the world's largest Lego hanukkiah. Ham all over the highway. Overturned truck spills loads of hams, various meats in North Carolina. Wonder if it was a Smithfield. You know, Chinese bought out Smithfield. A collision on a North Carolina highway caused a tractor-trailer to overturn and spill its loads of hams and other various meats into the roadway. The city of Monroe said in a statement that the truck carrying a load of meats was traveling on Highway 74 when it ran a red light at the intersection with John Moore Road just before 7 a.m. Monday morning. The truck collided with another vehicle and overturned in a parking lot just off the highway. The overturned truck spilled its load, which included Smithfield hams and other various meats. The drivers of both vehicles were treated for minor injuries, and the truck driver was cited for running a red light. He's probably busy concentrating on his morning coffee. Traffic was diverted a few hours Monday morning while crews cleared the meats from the scene. I wonder what they do with them. I love this next story, and I hope she finds one. California girl issued an official license to keep a pet unicorn. A handwritten letter from a young girl led animal care and control officers in California to issue the child a pre-approved license to keep an unusual pet, a unicorn. Los Angeles County Animal Care and Control said in an Instagram post that it received a handwritten letter in the mail from a local girl named Madeline. Or Madeline. I like Madeline. The letter reads, "Dear LA County, I would like your approval if I can have a unicorn in my backyard. If I can find one, please send me a letter in response." The post said officials received so much joy from the letter that they decided to respond. We commend Madeline's sense of responsible pet ownership to seek permission in advance to keep a unicorn in Los Angeles County. As a result, we issued her a pre-approved unicorn license, the post said. Officials also gave Madeline a stuffed unicorn to wear the license for the time being, as real unicorns are indeed very rare to find. The conditions listed in the department's response to Madeline for the license included requiring that the unicorn is given regular access to sunlight, moonbeams, and rainbows. Our last story. Florida woman's message in a bottle discovery reveals surprising connection. A woman participating in a cleanup operation at a Florida beach found a message in a bottle from 2000 and was shocked to learn her son knows one of the authors. Kathy Grace said she was participating in a Fort Myers beach cleanup in the wake of Hurricane Ian on November the 30th when she found a bottle signed by a trio of Ukrainian-American siblings, Roman, Lesia, and Zenon Murrell. The note said the bottle had been buried on the beach with the help of the siblings' father, March the 3rd, 2000. Grace sent a photo of the letter to her children and was shocked to read the response from her son, Michael. Michael's like, "You're not going to effing believe this, but Roman and I went to college, and we both worked at DHL," Grace told Wink TV. "Here's a picture of us out in California with DHL last year on the beach." Grace said the revelation gave her goosebumps. "We're like, how could it be? All of the millions of people that have been on board this beach since this was buried, and I find it, and within minutes we know who it was," she said. Grace was recently able to contact the Mural siblings and tell them about her discovery and their surprising connection. "It just proves that the world isn't that big," Licia Mural said, "and we're all in connection, have one or two connections away from a lot of people. 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon." And for those of you too young to know what that is, look it up, Google it. Licia Mural wrote on Facebook that the instant evoked the song, "It's a Small World." The siblings said the discovery brought back memories. "Fort Myers is always a place that we used to go down to for many years and still do today," Roman Mural said. "Just to be able to have that bottle come back to us and then recreate some of these Fort Myers memories. That truly was a bright spot in my day, and kind of cutting into the holiday season. Kind of want to go back now home and watch that home video again." And here's another caveat to that story. Kathy Grace wasn't in the mood to go out that day. She had lost her husband 7 months ago. He died. But she decided to go anyway. So, there you have it. What a neat story. All right, are you ready for today's devotional? Boldly proclaim. They hurried off and found Mary and Joseph and the baby, who was lying in the manger. When they had seen him, they spread the word concerning what had been told about this child, and all who heard it were amazed at what the shepherds said to them. Luke 2:16-18, the New International Version. When the shepherds were told about Jesus, they didn't pencil him into their schedules. They ran to him. They ran as fast as their feet could carry them. Who watched over the sheep? Who knows? But in that moment they knew the importance of the Lord's advent, and they rushed to Bethlehem and into his barn stall to see him. Once they saw him and experienced him, they rushed to tell of him. God didn't choose earthly leaders to spread the word. He chose messengers who would faithfully carry the good news. Who is this Lord of ours, that fisherman and ranch hand spread his good news? Hallelujah, Christ has come. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell everyone you meet Jesus is the Lord, and he has come in the flesh. Hallelujah. How can you boldly proclaim about God today? And are you afraid? Don't be afraid. Do you know how many times that phrase is mentioned in the Bible? I think someone once said 365 times. Is that coincidence? Who knows? All right, guys, that's it for today. As always, be kind to one another. Be kind to yourself. Love one another. Love yourself. Get out there and see this big, beautiful world we live in. Even in the winter, it is beautiful. If you've never walked in the snow after a snowfall, you'll be amazed at the silence that is there. All right, see you guys soon. Bye.